the announcers before the ball game on Friday night, I says probably who's going to have the ball last. Because I knew we were down pass rushers, and I knew you had to rush the passer to be able to do it. And we hurt ourselves. We did some things that we gave up probably 3 touchdowns just on these assignments. But you got to give Tech credit and our offense. You know, but you can't have a field goal block and you can't miss one. You could have that game out of reach. You didn't have to be in that situation. So there's some things we need to learn out of it. You got Texas up next at home. I told my team back in January, well, whenever this came out, the 4 most important ball games in our season was this 4-game swing. It was at Tech, home at Texas, and then Kansas State and Iowa State. Because then you get about a week and a half to get ready for Wednesday, Thursday night games. So I didn't expect anything different. Obviously I'd rather not giving up that many points. But like I said last week, if our job on defense this year is to hold them to 1 less, then that's what we do. All we care about is every week we move forward and we win a ball game, and that's what you got to give Coach Kingsbury group. That's a lot different football team than I saw a year ago. Played all the way to the end, and it's they about didn't come up short. So it's.
Coach, what was your confidence level in the offense those last 2 minutes?
Well, man, we knew we had 3 timeouts. They used their timeouts, and we knew they didn't have any. The biggest thing was, my biggest thing was if I used a timeout, then I had 2. If we didn't score, at least I had a chance for them to fumble, because I could have taken it to 0. Now, hindsight, well, maybe before we played the last play, I should have taken it to 1 second and win or take all. But I ended up with 26 seconds, and it happened to be the most 26 seconds in the last couple weeks.
How did you see Trevon handling the situation?
All of our kids, because Slenina went down, probably down for the season. Emmanuel's probably out for more than 1 week. We've got, we had guys have to step up. We had to take red shirts off a couple guys. Torrance Mosley was supposed to be our starting corner, and he turns his ankle on Wednesday night. Nobody knows. And Thursday it squares up, so we don't have the next corner line down. I got to give this group credit. They just keep finding a way to win. Because most people would say, no, you weren't supposed to. We're down basically 9 starters on defense. That's not counting the guys we graduated a year ago. So 9 starters this year, 3 senior pass rushers. We've got Mike Mosarapa in the game, which has never played the game before in his life. You got guys who, rushing the passer through it, and we found a way to win. A couple freshman linebackers. Traven Howard got burned a couple of times, but to be honest with you, we asked him to do a lot. And he learned from experience, and he'll get better next time. It's going to be, I don't expect next week to be much different, to be honest with you.
You're going to have to ride Dawson and avoid these guys.
Well, why not? About time. I've been here 18 years now. I've scored people for 12 ball games. Why not? Everybody else has been doing it. I've been having to do it with defense and win 17-10. How about we go win 9 and 10 ball games and outscore people? How would that be? That'd be nice. You guys kill me. If I win 17-10, I have no offense. Now I win 55-52, and you're going to say we're going to have to ride Dodson and Trayvon. Yeah, well, there's been a bunch of guys in this league that have had great wide receivers and great quarterbacks that have been doing it. The team right here, they've won a lot of football games here in Red Raider land doing just exactly that. So for me, I'm just glad we're ahead 55-52, and we got to go back to the drawing board tomorrow and try to get better and see if they find a way we can beat Texas by 1 point.
They get the one untimed play at the end because of the penalty. Then all of a sudden you see the helter-skelter lateral stuff.
I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to tell you this right now. I wasn't happy with Davion, not because of his play, because how we acted. I wasn't happy with Caraway. We had seniors that got fouls, and the head coach that gave him a 15-yarder because the referee ran into me. It's unexcusable. Unexcusable. We had him held for a field goal, and then we threw the quarterback down. We get a hands to the face when we about to have a 4th down. You can't win ball games and play like that. So,
Coach, your thoughts on Aaron making that catch?
Thank goodness. I don't know where he came from, but thank goodness.
Do you think that kind of play, that result, says something about you're here or what could happen?
You've been listening to me. I told you it wasn't going to be easy this year. What do you think you can just go write a nice story and we're going to win by 30 points? That's not happening in the Big 12. Not when you play 6 games on the road. It's not going to be that way. So I mean, if you don't like this kind of ball game, don't come. I mean, it's easy.
I think he's
Stay
asking
home.
if it's going to be a miraculous type of season because of that type of play.
Well, I mean, here's what happens. When anytime you have a special year, people make special plays. And, you know, everybody said that Trayvon maybe a little bit overrated. Well, I mean, you just need to start watching ball games. You know, the only thing he did, that he finally did something I asked him to do. During the ball game, he got down. I said, quit taking all the major hits, and when you got enough yardage to get down. And tonight, he got down most of the time. So, but again, let me just go back to, I thought Coach Kingsbury and his staff did an unbelievable job between where last year and what they did this year. Where they're at, they're 3-1. They went on the road and beat an SEC team. Haven't been here 2 years ago, been in 4-8, and understanding what it takes to come back and win more ball games than you lose. Okay, to me, hats off to them. That was a great ball game, great crowd. I mean, you don't want to come into a stadium where they like you. That means they've been beating you all the time. I mean, you'd like to be hated. That's for 3 hours. I got a lot of Tech fans, and I get a chance to go to dinner after the season. You know, because there was a couple years I didn't win it all in a row, and I was buying all the time. So now it's time for them to buy it. Okay, so until we play next year. So, but obviously you saw our kids. We were happy. You know, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I told them for the ball game, I didn't think they believed they could win this ball game. All the people that had gone down, all the emotional leaders, all the things, and because Kobe Listenby didn't play today, Emmanuel went down, Slanina went down, and these guys still found a way to move the ball down the field and found a way to score 55 points. I mean, you got to give the team, no matter how the rest of the year goes, you got to give this group of kids a lot of credit. I mean, they fought through a lot. It's not been the way they wanted it to be, and hopefully, at some point in time in the next couple weeks, we'll get Latham back. Hopefully, a couple guys. Torrance will come back. So,
Listenby status? Do you expect him back next week?
Who?
Listenby status.
Oh, I don't know. Hope so. I mean, when you lose a 10-flat 100-meter guy to blow the top off the deal, that's a big deal in your offense now. I mean, it's a big deal. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Josh Dotson's a good player. The guy that walked on, I mean, they knew where we were going to throw. They still doubled him, and he still about caught it. I mean, so he's just a really good player. I mean, it's just really good.
Coach, what can you say about your young guys on defense learning from a game like this?
Well, key is you got to just get stops. Because we're going to look at this film and we're going to find out it wasn't necessarily what Tech did on some of them. It's what we did. I mean, the guy doesn't blitz and they run his zone and cut back where he was supposed to be coming off the edge. Like, we're playing man free and the guy plays inside press coverage on the 3rd and 7 for their last touchdown drive. Press outside. I mean, there's things like that that are little things that they need to learn that you've been telling them until it happens to them in a ball game and it's in a pivotal point, they don't get it. And so for me, everybody said, well, you're not playing as good a defense. No, we're not. But all I got to do is get better next week. And I got to get better the next week. And one of the ways we get better is getting people back. So right now, way excited about winning 55-52. I'm just telling you. I mean, because it's hard to go on the road and win in this conference. Hard. We haven't won there in 4 times. And it took a ball game like that to win it. I mean, so, yeah, it's tough duty. Why would you want it any different? I mean, the TV ratings, I mean, it'd been 45-25, you guys, half of you'd be here.